Welcome, everybody. Midlife Vices, a December episode. I am Steve, and with me, as always, is Jim. What's going on tonight, Jim? How's it going?
It's going well. Drinking some eggnog that you sent me a recipe for, and it's delicious. Very sweet, but delicious.
Yeah, that's a. I was telling you, we use that site for quite a bit of stuff. You make some pretty good cookies and cakes and that sort of thing. He makes regular meals too, but it's always ingredients that I have available. So it's you get on some of these websites.
That's what I enjoyed about the eggnog. Is
Yeah.
Oh well, and then I don't like paying $4.80 for a quart or
Right.
whatever it is. So this made maybe a gallon, maybe not quite. But anyway, yeah, it's cheaper and it was pretty darn tasty.
Yeah, like you said, eggnog's kind of a weird thing that it's only seasonal because it's really good.
Yeah, I love eggnog. I mean,
But
I prefer eggnog without alcohol.
yeah, but you'd probably put on about 100 pounds if you drink it year round.
Now that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I seem to be on that pace at this moment anyway.
You and me both. Yeah, I'll blame it on the holidays, which started in October apparently.
Yeah, no, I think July is when I started I'm just going to eat.
Well, 4th of July, that's the holidays. So yeah, that's there. You're good.
Oh yeah, New Year's last year. Started
Right.
the holiday.
That's right. That's right. So awesome. Tonight's episode, we're going to do some comedy movies for you. Give you our top 10
We're going to
comedies.
act them out.
Yeah, we're going to act. Hey, there you go.
Mime them.
There you go. Right now, we're doing Dumb and Dumber. Take your pick.
It's on my list. Why'd you have to spoiler alert?
I imagine quite a few of our picks are going to be similar on this one. Well, at least 3 or 4. But we'll see. But yeah, so what else has been going on with you? Anything interesting? I know you guys are.
Let's see. I'm doing a lot of reading. Are we going to say that for the best of the week?
Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll just here we go.
Yeah, so I haven't
Now
been doing
everything's
any
good.
reading. So, yeah, I'm reading a book called The Lies of Lachlan, which I DM you about quite a bit.
Yeah.
Really enjoying it. It's a fantasy novel. I'm halfway through now, and fantasy magic just entered the picture,
Right.
which I really like because the main character does not have any kind of magic. He's just kind of a run-of-the-mill con man is what he is. It's like The Sting, but set in a fantasy land,
Nice.
Candyland.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, I'm really enjoying that book. I'm a little over halfway through it now. And yeah, great book.
So is it part of a is it part of a longer run of books, or
There's
is it
3 of
just
them.
part of
Yeah, it's
3 of them?
part of a series called the Gentleman Bastards. So I'm reading that. I'm also reading The Black Echo by Michael Connelly, the first Harry Bosch book. And by reading that means I go to it when I want to fall asleep. And
Right.
so I'm not like trying to get through it. I've already read it. So I'm just picking it up, reading some till I get tired.
Yeah.
So let's see. Me and my oldest son are reading the second Harry Potter book, the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Uh-huh.
Enjoying that. We're about 100 pages into that. Me and my youngest son are reading the Narnia Chronicles at night when we put him to bed. We read the first book, The Magician's Nephew. First time I've ever read that whole book. I enjoyed that quite a bit.
So that's the first one?
Yeah, Magician's Nephew, and
So
then
Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe is number two.
yep.
Huh, interesting.
Well, the first, I'm not sure that's a published order. I think Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe was the first one published,
Okay,
and then but in sequential order.
chronological. Yeah,
Yeah, chronological. Because the first one, The Magician's Nephew, is about the creation of Narnia. So,
gotcha. Okay,
so,
right.
and then you really get the whole biblical aspect of Narnia with Aslan and creating Narnia.
I
So,
think I read that in school years and years ago. I just can't remember anything about it. Yeah.
yeah, I had read the first chapter with my daughter, and then we stopped for some reason or another.
Mhm.
But yeah, I enjoyed it this time. And at night, putting him to bed, I don't have to edit any language or anything out of it. Kind of
Sure.
nice. Let's see.
Watch anything? You said you watched some Christmas movies, or?
Oh, well, we started Buffy the
Oh,
Vampire
that's right. You
Slayer.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm 3 episodes into that. So the reason we haven't had a show is the flu just went wild through my house. It kept me out of commission for 3 or 4 days. Like I was in bed. I couldn't. Uh,
Do the two thumbs up.
hold on. Why isn't this? Oh, it's two of them. That's right.
There you go. That's so awesome. So this is an iPhone specific thing that you have there. It almost
Yeah,
makes me want to
apparently
buy an iPhone just for that.
it's an iMac, but yeah. Uh, so anyway, yeah, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. 3 episodes into that, and I'm like, why aren't they calling the FBI into the school? I mean, we've already had 2 faculty deaths at the school. Uh, at least 2 students are dead.
Right. Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think the law enforcement in this show is terrible. Let's see. What Christmas movies we've watched Elf. We've watched A Christmas Story.
Mhm.
We started Jingle All the Way. My boys, we're not into that. I was not into that. I'm sorry.
Right.
I do not think that's a very good movie. Uh, yeah. So yeah, Christmas movies. We're doing an advent calendar, puzzles. So we do an 80-piece puzzle every night. Just little Christmas scenes, and it's fun. Family time.
That's cool. Yeah, we just started watching our traditional Christmas movies. No Christmas movies yet, but the other night we did watch Wizard of Oz. We watched that every year because Sherry likes watching it every year, so we throw that on. Of course, Charlie Brown Christmas. We don't actually own it on DVD, and the only place it plays is on Apple. And I guess they showed it free on the 16th and 17th, which were past now, unfortunately. So we may or may not get to that. Yeah, we'll get to the rest. Rudolph and
I am officially older than you at the moment.
you are, yeah,
Yeah.
or close. You are close to 50. Very close.
I am less than a year away from 50 now.
Right. Right. Yeah, you're. It's showing too.
I'm telling you, going great.
It's showing.
Going great.
Yeah. And reading, man. So still reading Mistborn, which is just fantastic.
The Final Empire.
Final Empire, yes. It's starting to pick up. Starting to get kind of like you mentioned with Liza Loughlin,
Lamar.
whatever. Whatever it's called,
Mhm.
where it doesn't really get into the fantasy portion of it in depth right away, and it kind of slowly builds. And I'm enjoying that part of it because I'm learning the powers as characters are learning the powers, so that's pretty cool. I
Mhm.
like that, and how they're used and everything like that. So, yeah, that, and then just purchased the first Darth Bane book on audio, which is called.
The Path of Destruction.
There you go, Path of Destruction, with Dez as the main character. which you find out in like the first two lines of the book that as a kid he was called Bane. So I'm guessing that
By his father.
yeah. So
The
we're
Bane
pretty
is his
much
assistant. Yes.
right. So we pretty much know where where his path is going. Uh, but I got 5 chapters of that in this morning. So I did it while I was on the treadmill. I got 4 chapters in and then finished on the treadmill and then decided because I wanted to listen to more. I took the dogs out for some more walks just so I could get in another. I like it. What I like about this is, as opposed to the other two other audio books I've listened to, the Star Wars ones. I don't know if they all do it, but they have background sounds. They have sound effects,
Most of
music.
them do.
They're in the cantina, and you can hear the chatter in the background, and it just adds so much. Like
It
as
does.
I mentioned, and as I mentioned with you too, the nice thing is, even though it's Old Republic stuff, it's familiar because
Mhm.
it's Star Wars. So it makes me like it that much more as well.
Yeah, that's what's nice about reading those books is yeah, even if so like if you take my recommendation and get Scoundrels
Uh-huh.
for the first chapter, it took me probably 3 or 4 times of listening to it before I made it through the first chapter because it starts off with just kind of a wild voice of someone I don't know, and it was just
Right.
it's kind of jarring.
Yeah.
But once you settle in, you know the world, and you
Yeah.
know it's just yeah, it's like going to your grandparents' house. You know, not
Right.
necessarily home,
Absolutely.
not
Right.
necessarily home, but somewhere where you're familiar with. You know,
Well, no, my grandparents' house was set up quite a bit like the cantina. So yeah, it's very similar.
man, I wish
They
I
had
had
the
lived in
brass
some.
band playing. Yeah, it was cool. But no, so that's a lot of fun. Um, and I'm finding with the audiobooks too, like you were kind of mentioning, it takes about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes when you settle into a new voice, new person, new narrator. And once you, especially listening to it at 1.2, which you recommended, I'm doing, and it keeps everything very close to the same, but speeds it up. That's like a 20% increase. So you get through it that much quicker too. And the long pauses it takes out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
I'm actually listening to the Lives of Lachlan Moore and reading it at the same time,
right.
and because when I first started it and listening to it, I had such a hard time connecting the words together.
Right.
And that sounds really stupid, I know, but
No, I
I
completely
could
understand. Yeah.
not. Uh, I think 90% of listening, you're kind of predicting what people are going to say. I honestly
Sure.
so so I just had a hard time because I had no idea where we were going in the story, and so it just felt like they were just blurting words at me, especially when they're describing a city that don't exist. So
Right.
so it took me a little while. It takes me a little while to get into an audiobook, but once I do, and I'm familiar
Yeah.
with the voice they use for each character and whatnot, it's it's probably more immersive than reading. So
Well, it is again, like I said. With does the one you're doing? Does it have background sounds
no,
and no?
no.
That seems to be a Star Wars thing then. For
Yeah, yeah. Well, and they do audio dramas for the books and stuff like that.
right,
I just don't have any.
sure. Other than that, we're still doing Buffy. We're in season 4 or 5. I'm not sure which. Still liking that a lot. We are in the final season of Lost now. Um,
Good lord.
4 episodes into season 6. So we just made it past watching Juliet fall down the well 6 times because they show it
Oh
when she
my gosh,
falls, and
yeah.
then on the replay, and then on the introduction, and then on previously on Lost, and then on flashbacks. It's like, okay, we get it.
And
But
then
that's probably the first moment in the series that's like a little emotional is when she when that happens. Of all the other stuff that happens, that's like the moment that's like you know
yeah. I mean, I would probably have to say she's my favorite character in the whole show
yeah,
because she made me like really invested in her and Sawyer's relationship.
right.
You know,
Well, then you could just see like when he looks at Kate when they're standing. Um, it's after they get off the sub, and he calls her Freckles again, and Juliet's standing there, and you can just see in her eyes that she knows that she can never compete. And that's when she decides to help Jack make the incident happen. So yeah, it's great. It's just a great show.
Yeah,
And like I said, each time I noticed something different. I mentioned it. I posted it on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it about the baseball.
oh yeah.
Yeah. So
But
I'd
you
never
don't
even
know how
thought
many.
about that before. And when it happened, it hit me as soon as I saw it this time. Like, why do they keep showing that baseball? It's nothing more than it has 108 seams.
But
Every
who
baseball has
knows that?
108 seams. Well, that's just a trivia fact that uh, I don't know. I knew that like playing Little League. We had a coach that would always quiz us on baseball history and stuff. So it's just one of those little tidbits. Baseball has 108 seams, and then you have the
Or if
108
you know
minutes on the
obscure
clock.
baseball history or sewing history.
Right. So the numbers add up to 108 and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a cool little thing that I'd never noticed. And every time through, this is like our 12th watch through, I pick up something different. So that keeps me going. Yeah. So it's been fun.
Nice.
So
And she's also in the Santa Claus with the TV show.
she is. She absolutely is.
She's a very attractive woman still.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I don't think that's sexist or misogynist at all to say that.
That was a fun day, huh?
Oh, fun day. Fun day. The Twitter's great sometimes. Yeah. So anyway. So what do you guys got coming up for Christmas?
Well, we have Christmas Eve, and then we have Christmas.
Oh, we do too. Yeah. That's it. Wow.
Yeah, no, we let's see, we talked to my parents on Christmas Eve, and we opened their presents for the boys on Christmas Eve. Then Christmas Day, we just go to Heather's parents, and we're there for the day.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, nothing crazy, but we have a good time. We get to see the nieces and nephews, and so it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be heading down to my parents for Christmas. We'll get up here, leave our place here about 6 o'clock in the morning so that we're there by just before about 7:30 or so. Usually we would stay the night and be up at like 6 o'clock in the morning to open presents because we still do that. But with 2 dogs, it's just too much to have them staying overnight as well. So we'll just go down that morning and come back that evening. Yeah. But it'll be good. It'll be good.
How's the weather been?
It's been raining for the last 2 days. It's still like 40 degrees, which is just crazy for this time of year. And in the daytime, it's getting cold at night, but the days are just.
Yeah.
Well, they said we're getting like El Nino again or something, so
we've been in the 50s.
Yeah,
we've had one snow with
right.
any kind of accumulation, and it was like a dusting.
Yeah. Last year at this time we already had 2 feet on the ground.
Whew.
So, yeah.
Yes. All right.
Tonight's show, as we mentioned, is comedies, and we are looking at. This was a weird topic for. Oh, I'm sorry. Man, I keep forgetting.
Oh yes! Wow.
It's probably because I'm running out of interesting stuff to show, so it's just kind of an afterthought.
Just skip past it. Yeah, no, I'm just going to show some stuff that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Well, first off, the book I got in today. I got the D&D Monsters Manual. So now I have all 3 of the core rule books for D&D.
Nice.
And then I also have the book me and you were both going to read came in.
Oh, awesome! Yeah.
So
I will be ordering that.
Yeah, so this was I bought this off Amazon. It was a library book. It's in really good condition.
Uh-huh.
I got it for like $4, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, from Vermont. Ooh, some uppity library.
Wow.
Anyway, I actually read the first chapter the other day.
That's Vector Prime, right?
Yep.
So that's what's the time frame on that?
20 years after. Well, I'll tell you here in just a second.
After Jedi?
Well, holy moly, is this a first print? No, it can't be. 25 years after Star Wars: A New Hope.
Okay.
So,
all right, cool.
Of course, non-canon, so
Right.
anytime you want it to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cool. That makes sense. So it's got some familiar characters in it, though.
Well, it's got Mara Jade and the solo kids from not Ben, but
Right.
well, Ben is one of them, but well,
Jason and
that's Luke's kid.
or Jaden and
Yeah,
what are their
Jaden,
names?
Jason, and Anakin.
Yeah. Right. Okay,
Jason.
what do I have to show? I'll go ahead and say what you were going to say.
Oh no, I was just trying to think of their names, and I think I said them wrong the first time.
Okay. Jason and Jada, right?
Jason and Jaina, yeah, and Anakin.
And Anakin, right? So I don't think I've showed this before. This is my Mortal Kombat Spawn figure.
Mortal Kombat Spawn.
Yeah. Because he is a character in the game.
Oh,
So it's good size. It's heavy. And I've had that on the shelf for quite a while. And then I think I showed these last year. I don't doubt it at all.
they look
These
familiar.
are just a couple of the little Hallmark flash ornament, and then Thor.
Nice.
Got those.
You're not on a tree?
No, they're not on the tree. They're in the bar, the man cave.
Okey-dokey.
Yeah. No. Well, Thor's actually got his arm broken off somehow, so not very godlike, but or
Well,
demi-godlike.
the hammer's heavy.
Whatever. Yeah, the arm is heavy. Yeah. Especially when it's holding Mjolnir.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. The hammer's heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the hammer. I thought you said the arm. Yeah.
No, the hammer is heavy. Yeah.
I thought you were making fun of me talking about the Spawn figure being heavy.
No, I'm not that quick.
Right. It's not what I heard. While we have a second, say hello to Jason and to Jim's mom, who I am now following on Facebook. Yeah, we are there. Hi, Jim's mom. Now I can keep an eye on you. And
You're gonna keep an eye on my mom?
you gotta keep track of people.
Yeah.
It's fun to see.
Mom
This way I can see her comments about your kids, which is cool.
You're gonna see your comments from my kids?
I know.
Okay.
I'm just being.
I don't know how
was just being
Facebook works.
I was just
I'm almost 50. I don't know how Facebook works.
not far from the truth. Not far from the truth. So. Okay, where are we? Top 10 movie comedies. And I just want to preface this by saying, making up this list, I thought it would be easy. And we kind of talked about it a little bit. I think comedies are hard because I think it's unlike any other genre. Comedy, standing the test of time, it doesn't always quite hold up as well as a drama or a action movie or something like that. So a lot of these on my list, and I think it's kind of similar, are movies that I really enjoyed at the time, even if now maybe I don't find them as enjoyable as they were then. So that's why.
Pretty much what I did was I just wrote down 10 comedy movies that I like in a row.
Yeah.
I didn't even bother to put them in any kind of order because, well, the last one I give is going to be my favorite.
So that's what brings in the viewers for us, is they see our dedication, how much we actually care about these lists that we're given, that we just kind of make them up off the top of our head and don't put them in any order. That really draws in the viewers.
Well, that or making a 3-minute video.
That's true. All
Number
right.
10 is going to be Happy Gilmore. I saw this in the theater and with a group of friends, and I don't think I've had that much fun in the theater watching a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on my list too,
With a
so
bunch of
we'll
guys.
talk about it now too. Yeah. So many quotable lines.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I can't think of one of them, though.
you can't think of one. Doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
You think
You
doing
eat.
the bull
You
dance
eat.
is quotable?
Yeah.
Uh, him singing to the speaker is something that really cracks me up. We've talked about this before.
Yes, we have. When
Uh,
she comes back up,
yeah.
there's yeah. The clown. Yeah, we talked about this. I almost felt like we did this category. I don't. I know we didn't. I think this was as part of the sports movies. We might have had it on our list. But yeah, again, very quotable. My favorite Ben Stiller movie. He's in it for like one scene.
I eat pieces of poop like you for breakfast.
Yeah,
You eat
exactly.
pieces of poop for breakfast?
Yeah, that's a great meme too.
Yeah.
That's a great meme. Yeah, it's on there. Probably as far as Adam Sandler goes, I don't know what makes it so funny. Like maybe like you said, it was. I think I saw it in a similar situation. I don't think it was in a theater, but I think it was at a friend's house, and there were a bunch of us there.
Mhm.
And I think that makes this type of movie that much funnier.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we were crying. I mean, so me and my friends, we also listened to Adam Sandler's audio comedy albums quite a bit,
Sure.
and so we were already into his humor as far being 22, 23, however old we were, and
Toll
young.
Booth Willie.
Uh, yeah, so it was just it came out at the perfect time for us.
Yeah. Plus, Shooter is a great character. Shooter is a fantastic character. Yeah. Shooter.
Yep.
All right. That's also, I'll go with that for my number 10 as well.
Okay.
So that's going to take us to number 9 quickly.
My number 9 is going to be Vacation with Chevy Chase.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you have this on your list?
No.
What? Anyway, yeah, it's just comedy gold.
What's that smell?
And Edna? Or the sandwiches. Or little fella kept up for probably a couple miles.
Yeah. Oh, man.
My dad liked this movie, I believe. And I did not realize there was nudity in it until watching it at home. It's like, oh, I don't remember seeing that on TV.
I don't even know which scene that would be. Would it
He's
be?
videoing in the bathroom and he opens the shower curtain on his wife.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And who was his wife in the first one? Because they changed actresses, right?
Yeah, she was C cup.
See, yeah. That's the actress's name. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I just
Oh, okay, that's what I asked. Who's the actress?
No, I-
She was C-Cup. That's funny. It's a great movie.
yeah, it's John Candy, which I'm not crazy about John Candy's role in that movie. I didn't think it was very good, but yeah, there's just a lot of mostly the dog thing. Rusty chugging the beer when he wants to share a beer with his dad. and
Yep.
just good stuff. When he gives him this,
Yeah.
when, I can't even think of what's the cousin's name. Cousin Eddie gives him the shoes. Or was that Christmas Vacation? Anyway,
That was Christmas Vacation. Was Cousin Eddie?
still good. It's all one big movie.
It's all the same, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just good stuff.
Nice. All right, my number 9. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I can't remember the circumstances I first watched this, but it's just such a stupid. I mean, all the Monty Python, the TV show was stupid, and Life of Brian is stupid. They're all stupid, but it is just hilarious. Have you seen this one?
I've seen bits and pieces of them all. I am not a
Right.
fan of them. I wish I
Some
was.
of my favorite scenes, the Knights of Knee. I love how they use the shells for the horses as they prance along, crossing the bridge. What's your name? The 3 questions: what's your name? What's your favorite number? Wrong. They say it and they're wrong. So yeah. Just everything's just crazy. Throwing stuff off of the castle at them. Bite your ankles, merely a flesh wound. All that kind of stuff. It's funny.
What's that knight's name? Where they you know, they
The
cut off his
Knights of
arm.
Knee.
Is that what his name is? The Knights of Knee?
Well, that's what the group of them are called. Yeah.
No, when the Black Knight that he cuts off his arm.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's the Black Knight.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
that's just
Yeah,
I know I know of that. I don't remember anything of
Right.
it. So
right. The way they make fun of the French, because the English hate the French.
mhm.
They really do not get along. So, yeah, Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail. Number
Number 8, I'm going to go with Office Space.
I don't even know if I've seen that movie.
You've never seen Office Space?
I don't think so.
It has the best printer beating up scene in the history of TV movies. You got to watch Office Space.
Jennifer Aniston's in it, right?
Yes.
That's all I know. I maybe seen 5 minutes of it on TV.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else's name.
Right.
Uh, the neighbor is my favorite character. You think I would remember his name, but yeah, he's just it's man. I can't tell you. You really need to watch this movie.
David Herman, Ron Livingston, Mike Judge is the director.
Not Michael Bolton.
No, Mike Judge
Uh,
of Beavis and Butthead lore.
yeah, and the more I watch that movie, the more it makes me laugh.
Really?
Yeah, it's especially his friends, which you don't know who I'm talking about, but the two characters that aren't going after Jennifer Aniston, there's just nerdy guys, and they just make me laugh, and it's especially one that's listening to rap music, and then an African American is walking by his car and he turns it down when he walks by. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a funny movie.
Nice.
It makes me want to jump to conclusions.
Wasn't there a sequel to that? Wasn't there a Christmas Office Space or
I don't think
Office
so.
Space? No?
If there was, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Let's see, Office Space Christmas. I'm curious.
Huh?
I think there's a sequel. Office Space 2. Oh, no, I guess not.
Yeah, I don't think there is.
I typed in Office Space Christmas and I came up with ideas for decorating your office for Christmas.
That would make sense.
So that was number 8. My number 8, I will go with, let me see here, My Cousin Vinny.
My first thought was, that's not a Christmas movie. Don't know why that all comes in my head.
Joe Pesci, Marissa Tomei, Ralph Macchio. He's a stereotype playing the role as a stereotype. They all are, and they just play it up so much. And but he's so smart, so good at what he does that even as an idiot, he's able to pretty much control the way everything's going. Of course, Marissa Tomei is the one who, she won an Oscar for that, right?
Yeah, I believe she did.
Yeah, she did. Because her biological clock was ticking. Yeah, so
Which
just,
little did we know that she would never age.
Right, I know.
Oh, Aunt May.
Yeah. But,
I'm not the biggest fan of this movie.
No,
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I'm not either. That's why it was my number 8, not my number 1.
Oh. Okay.
But no, I think my favorite. I love the courtroom manipulation part of it more than any of the other stuff that's going on. The courtroom scenes are definitely my favorite.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, that's my favorite line from that movie.
It's good. I'm actually going to skip one and come back to it. I'm going to go with Airplane.
Airplane. There we go. Well, this is also on my list.
Just a classic comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody that ate the fish gets sick. They need a pilot. Step up, Ted Stryker.
That's right. We talked about this movie too, and I'm sure it wasn't. I don't think we did comedy movies before. I'm just trying to think of what other genre we would have talked about this movie under.
Yeah, I think we've done this list.
It's probably a totally different list too. That's okay. That's okay.
It'd be fantastic if that's the case.
Or was this under? Did we do disaster movies? No, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No.
People are here to hear our witty banter, not
Plus, because I title movies so well, it's easy to go back and find to make sure we haven't done it before.
Yeah, like I told you, this is the problem with naming our shows such oddball names, is that we don't know what we've done.
Right. So, anyway, yeah, Airplane. Yeah.
No parking in the white zone. No, the white zone's only for loading and
Why is it for loading and unloading? No, the yellow zone. The yellow
Yes.
zone. Barbara Billingsley speaking jive. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
It's-
great. I feel like I don't have to describe this movie because I know everyone's seen it.
I picked a bad day to quit smoking.
Looks like I picked the wrong day to quit sniffing
That's
glue.
what it is. Yeah.
That's my favorite line in that whole movie.
Sniffing glue. Lloyd Bridges
I
is
quote that quite a bit, actually.
yeah. Lloyd Bridges is fantastic. He is so good in that.
Yes, you're making a lot of racket. Just to let you know, making a lot of racket. Yeah, it's I don't know. There's just so many scenes. How could you, when they have to blow up the autopilot and the next scene it's smoking a cigarette? It's just, it's so good.
You ever been in a Turkish prison? Yeah. You ever seen a
You
grown
ever
man
seen a
naked?
grown Billy? Have you ever seen a grown man naked? Yeah, it's
Oh
just
man.
so wrong. What's your Victor? Roger.
Yeah.
Great movie.
I gotta go watch that movie again.
Something's wobbling on your desk or something.
I'm all at the table.
Yeah.
Okay. I was leaning on it and laughing. My belly was shaking. Yeah. Like a bowl full of jelly.
like a table with a wobbly leg.
That's right. Okay.
I will skip this one too because I know it's on your list. Let's go with The 40-Year-Old Virgin with Steve Carell.
Oh, I didn't have that. That's a good one.
Thank you. Yeah, this is another. Well, I don't even know if it's all that quotable. It's funny though. It's
It is funny.
I'm not sure it would be made today.
I think it would.
I
I think there's certain actors who could make.
the scenes with Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen, probably not.
True.
But still, it's funny stuff. It's
There's certain actors who can get away with making certain types of movies, and they kind of fall into that group, I think.
yeah. Anyway, when Steve Carell has his chest hair actually waxed, and
Of course, yeah,
all the screaming, Kelly Clarkson, and
yeah.
it's just hard not to really laugh at those scenes.
Yeah.
What else happened in this movie? So much that I can't just repeat on a YouTube show
Right.
with my mom watching.
Right. Nice.
Yeah, no, it's
Right.
yeah, funny.
All right. My number 6 is Uncle Buck.
What?
Oh yeah. Again, I think it's a situation of where I watched it and when I watched it, and I think the way he treats her boyfriend, Bug, um,
Bud.
the way he scares the crap out of Bug, and the way he tells him or when he goes into the principal's office, and says that he's Macy's uncle, and he talks. She's got the wart or the thing on her face, and he goes through the whole melanoma, Macy Wart's uncle, all that kind of stuff. It's just hilarious. Like some of the funniest moments in any movie. The whole movie on its own, not the funniest, but it's got some of the funniest moments in any movies.
Yeah, I don't
So,
remember. Is Johnny Galecki in this movie?
I don't know. I think
Yeah. He. Oh, it's Christmas Vacation. He's in. Okay, I was trying to think what he was in. That it's Christmas Vacation that I'm thinking of.
okay.
No, that's Macaulay Culkin and Juliette Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and of
Yeah,
course she's the angsty teenager that doesn't want any, just the usual tropes. But
it's been a long time since I've watched that movie.
yeah, it's probably my favorite John Candy movie.
Pretty good.
All right. That's my number 6.
I'm gonna go with Anchorman. Probably the
Okay.
most quotable movie of all time for me. Will Ferrell, Paul Rudd again, some other guys, Steve Carell again,
Yeah.
Christina Applegate, and Baxter. Yeah, just a really stupid concept where they just throw one-liners at you that you can quote all the time. But, and then I almost said I almost gave a favorite scene from. I almost gave a scene from The Big Lebowski. It's just the way it's working. Yeah, it's. Yeah, I think this movie holds up for me. It makes me laugh. San Diego, a Wells vagina. No, I think it means City of Saints. Or anyway.
Yeah, remember I tried to watch this a couple months ago. We were talking about
you've
it.
never watched it?
Remember? And I
Oh.
messaged you after like 20 minutes, and I'm like, I had to turn it off because it just wasn't clicking for me. Maybe if I'd seen it 20 years ago, different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know that's definitely on a lot of people's favorite. I mean, Will Ferrell's not my cup of tea, so that's probably the only reason. Like that's why I don't care for Elf either.
I love Elf. I didn't like Elf the first time I saw it. That movie's grown on me more and more every time I watch it.
Yeah.
And not because of him, just because. Well, I mean, somewhat because of him, but not him as an actor. The character being unabashedly happy. I love that.
Yeah.
Is that even a word? Unabashedly? Unabashedly.
Sure.
I made it up.
Absolutely. We'll use it. We're using it. That's going to be the title of our next show.
We don't know what list we'll probably do top 10 comedies under it again.
Unabashedly happy. I might change the title of this one. Okay. Number 5, I will go with Ace Ventura. The first one, obviously. It's not a movie that holds for me now, but at the time, I just thought of another one I should have had on here, and I didn't. If I'm going by these standards, but yeah, it just from start to finish just cracks me up. He's just Jim Carrey is Jim Carrey, and just the ridiculousness of this movie for me. I probably should have had Austin Powers here, which
I thought of that
anymore either, but at the time I loved it. But yeah, Ace Ventura, just probably because the Dolphins lose to the 49ers in the Super Bowl. That's probably the whole reason that it's on my list. But no, I mean, this was Jim Carrey at peak Jim Carrey. This was before he had really had time for that act to wear on you.
Yeah, and I don't mind Jim Carrey. Like I like Me, Myself, and Irene a lot better
Uh-huh.
than I like Ace Ventura.
That's actually good too. Yeah, that's
Uh,
hilarious.
yeah,
What he's
something
like,
about his. I don't know when they have to do the hair like that, and
yeah,
it just doesn't work as well for me. I guess there's a lot of funny things in that movie. Don't get me wrong, but
right.
it's yeah. Anyway, good choice, I
All
guess.
right. Number.
I'm gonna go with Drop Dead Gorgeous, which you have not seen.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's the first mockumentary I ever saw.
Ah,
It's about a beauty pageant. Uh, uh, Tobey Maguire's Mary Jane. What's her name? The girl that played Mary Jane.
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. She's in it. She's pretty young. She plays a high school student. Kirsten Alley is in it. Anyway, it's about all
You have a
these.
Kirsty and a Kirsten in the same movie.
I know. So
That's
it
a
had
lot
to
of.
be gold, right?
Yeah.
So oh, and oh, the anyway, I can't think of her name. Watch this movie if you can find it. Watch this movie. It is hilarious.
Is it two thumbs up?
Uh,
That's so awesome. That is just not fair.
I mean,
Oh
I love this movie.
man. I can just sit here and watch you do that for an hour. Oh, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's really funny. I mean, like so one of the Charlie Sheen's ex-wife, not ex-wife, but
Oh, yeah, from Starship Troopers. Denise Richards.
Denise Richards is in this. Amy Adams is in it. A young
Holy cow!
Amy Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy Adams plays she's a high school cheerleader, kind of a slut, and one of Kirsten Dunst's character. It's about a talent show. She, they sabotage her outfit, and then like. So they're talking to her, and she's like, "Well, they won't let her go out naked." I asked, it's oh man, is it funny? I want to go watch that movie right now. It should probably be number one on my list because it's really good. So her mom gets her hand cut off in an accident, and so
Uh-huh.
she has a hook on. They tell her she's trying to open a beer can with it, and no, the doctor told me I have to do it because they're trying to help her. The doctor said I have to do it to get used to it, and then she's like smashing the beer can, finally punctures a hole into it, pours it into her glass, gets like that much in it. She's like, I did it. It just floors me. It makes me laugh so
I
hard.
I feel like I want to go watch that now.
It's good. It really it was it was ahead of its time. It was before its time.
It was before.
It was ahead of its time, in my opinion. I
Nice.
there's a scene of Kirsten Dunst tap dancing down the road that will make me forever look at her as a woman. I'm just like, whoa.
Uh,
Yeah,
Interesting.
I highly recommend watching this movie.
Okay, you have talked me into it. Highly recommend. I strenuously object.
No. Oh, is that how it works? You strenuously object?
Well, that was number 4, right?
Sure. No,
Okay,
3.
now 4.
Yes, 4.
Kingpin. Oh, jeez.
They just talked about this on Gathering of the Geeks.
Did they?
Yep.
I still got to finish. I watched the section of the show you told me to watch. Kingpin. Oh,
My
I don't
favorite,
even know. I mean, there's just so much. The whole movie is just fantastic. Like Randy Quaid plays such a crazy, just a perfect role. I mean, they all do. It's great.
my favorite scene in that movie is when he's trying to sneak him out of the hotel away from the girl. and he's telling them, well, there's like a, we got to get out of here. There's no time to wake her up. There's big a big cloud of, and then she's standing there, and instead of saying there's a big cloud or something, he says crap. Except for you don't say crap.
Right.
And then the other guy's like, a big cloud of crap. I think I can smell it. It makes me laugh.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, I mean the bowling is completely secondary. I think I had this on my sports movie list as well.
Or your top 10 comedies.
I
It's
honestly
really
don't
gonna
think
be
we did that because I don't remember having some of these on any list. And I'm sure I've never heard you mention Drop Dead Gorgeous, and I'm sure
I have.
have you really?
Okay, here's a list of every show we've done.
Oh, we should do our top 10 list of our top 10 shows.
Midlife Vices.
Ah,
Anyway, keep talking.
okay, so yeah, Bill Murray, great role. Just the fact that it's centered around bowling, you don't see a whole lot of bowling movies. Him, the whole thing about bowling a 300 game or what his average is.
Oh yeah, because they do it 1.5 harder
Yeah.
than everyone else.
Yeah, all that is just great. And from the moment Woody drives into the town, and then Woody's part is as the washed up drunk is great too. I mean, I almost feel like he doesn't even have to act to play that role. Like he's just yeah. So
Oh man. Okay, we can keep going. I will kind of flip through here.
okay,
Okay.
three.
Number 3, I'm going to go with Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh, that's a good one.
Did you even think about this list?
Well, I didn't put rom coms. I stay away from rom coms because I know we did a rom com show. So if it was a rom com, I didn't. There's only one rom com I have on here that I had on my rom com list.
What's the rom com part?
What Crazy Stupid Love?
Yeah, Ryan Gosling's character and the daughter.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
And we had Chris Evans on, and that was also on his list too.
What's that?
That was also on Chris Evans' list because he was on the show with us for that one too.
I just came to that, as a matter of fact. Yeah. This is funny. It's my favorite fight scene ever in a movie. Especially when Ryan Gosling takes off his ring and hands it to whatever her name is. It's pretty brilliant. Kevin Bacon, despicable, like in most of his roles now. I'm done.
And of course, I'm trying. Who was the
other guy was the babysitter's dad.
No, the principal, or at the school.
Marissa Tomei was.
It was Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei was the teacher.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that whole scene. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that was. that would have been awkward.
Yeah, so great. That's
but very funny. Yeah.
Yeah. And didn't even see it coming. Did not see it coming.
Oh yeah, how they managed that to not telegraph that was pretty brilliant, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how brilliant it was, or maybe I'm just really slow, but I had no idea that it was going to be his daughter.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, really good movie.
Now it seems fairly obvious. Well, completely obvious since we've seen it.
Yeah, once you know, it's hard to forget.
Right.
That's why I don't hold up over time.
That's right. So number 3, how do I want to do this? I'm going to go with, this is the only rom-com I have on my list. Something About Mary.
See, we've talked about this.
That was on the rom-com thing. That was on my rom-com list near the top. Okay. So, the only Ben Stiller movie, full Ben Stiller movie that I really like. Gosh, the scene with Matt Dillon when he's talking to her, talking about tying him up so they can run back and forth and get some exercise. The setting the dog on fire. Rest stops. The whole thing about rest stops.
The 7-minute abs.
7-minute abs.
7-minute abs is one of my favorite scenes in a
Yeah.
movie of all time.
Yeah.
It makes me laugh so hard.
Yeah. Franken beans. How do you get the beans above the Frank? How do you get the beans above the Frank? So yeah, everything about it is just it's hilarious. It is hilarious. Was that some new kind of hair gel? Yeah, so much stuff.
So we did do
cracks
sports
me up.
movies.
You're still so if anybody's still watching, Jim hasn't heard a word I've said because he's concentrating on finding out whether we've done this before or not. And I don't think we have because some of these movies would have definitely been on my. I know I haven't talked about them before. So.
Yeah, you're right. Man, I used to keep nice notes. Well, yeah, I mean, when Harry Met Sally is okay for me. The dog, Matt Dillon fighting the dog is my favorite part.
Yeah.
I
thought you said 7-minute abs was your favorite part.
Yeah, you're right. It's my favorite part of the animal in the movie. 7-minute abs is one of my favorite things in movie history.
Gotcha.
And maybe not, but you know, it might be slight hyperbole there. But it's really funny. It's unless someone comes up with 6-minute abs.
6-minute abs, right?
No, it's
so true. You see these on the shelf. What are you gonna? It's funny, and it's true. I mean, that would exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Harlan Williams. Have you ever watched Rocket Man with him?
I know.
Okay, so it's pretty ludicrous, but it makes me laugh.
Ludicrous speed.
Pretty much, yeah.
How did I not have that on my list?
Because it's not that funny.
No, it's not.
You don't make fun of number 2 is Dumb and Dumber.
Okay, I will join you there with number 2 as Dumb and Dumber. It's actually my number 1.
Yeah, I would imagine that.
We'll talk about it now. Yeah. Oh God, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's and I don't even remember most of this movie. I just remember laughing a lot and him trading the van for the scooter, which is one of my favorite scenes of all time. Not with an animal.
Straight up, trade him straight up.
Yeah, it's man. Right when you go and do something, I don't think you can get any dumber. You go and totally redeem yourself.
That's right.
Just
yeah,
it's great.
It's the shaggin' wagon. Chicks dig it. How do you know I have gas? Pretty bird. Oh.
Yeah, it's
this is Samsonite.
I should probably watch this movie again because it's been a while since I've watched it. But yeah, it's
here. Take my extra pair of gloves. My hands are. I thought the Rocky Mountains would be a little rockier than this. That John Denver's full of.
Yeah, it's funny. I think this is a movie that my dad would love. I know he's seen bits and pieces of it, but well, I can't believe I don't have The Jerk on my list.
You don't?
Nope.
Oh.
But because we've talked about The Jerk before too.
We have.
On a rom-com?
No, we talked about it as. Oh, I forget what we talked about it as.
Something.
Movie dogs.
Ooh. Okay.
That might have been something about Mary as well. Or
Food for Brains.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Not yet. Hi, number 2. The Jerk.
Yeah, this is a movie that my dad loves.
Oh, it's just, it's one of the few Steve Martin things I can actually stomach. Um, yeah, just, Jamie Lee Curtis, uh, her character was great. His special purpose,
Did not
finding
care
his
much
special
for the
purpose.
character. Just the you know, what
Yeah,
the something optic.
yeah, I forget what it's called. But
Yeah.
that
My
that
my
moment
favorite
of success.
my favorite scene is the can. These cans are defective.
I
He
gotta
hates
go watch that.
cans.
I gotta go watch that again now too. Oh man,
Yeah, I own this movie.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, when he meets Baxter or Poop for Brains,
uh,
he he's barking at the hotel door, and he opens it up, and he's like, "What is it?" And he's like, and then he finally fire, and then he goes and he knocks on the next door, and he starts barking. Oh,
yeah,
I thought that was just brilliant.
yeah. It's stupid. Like, oh, I mean, who writes this stuff, or what kind of mind does it take? Is what I mean. Like to come up with that sort of that sort of thing.
What kind of genius comes up with a pet rock? Yeah,
That's
yeah, it's just
uh,
good. I don't want you to freak out, but there's snails all over your plate.
just the fact that he doesn't know he's white, like the whole movie, is just.
Yeah, that you don't have rhythm until it's white jazz. Yeah,
Just watching him dance on the porch. Oh, yeah.
it's great. Yep.
All right, so that's my number two, The Jerk.
My number one is Galaxy Quest. It makes me laugh every time I watch it.
Yeah, I almost wouldn't class it as comedy, even though it
It's a
is.
comedy action movie. It's an action
Yeah, yeah,
comedy, or
yeah.
however you
Yeah,
want to
no,
say it.
yeah, no, yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really funny to me. It's and mostly it's what's his name that does it. Tony Shalhoub really
Yeah.
makes me laugh. That was a hell of a thing, when they beam onto the ship, and yeah, and he's like, sorry about the door, it's a little sticky. I'll get my guys up here with some WD-40. And got a cat trying to break in.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, it makes me laugh. I find it very funny.
it's definitely.
I've talked about it enough on this show.
That's why I was just saying we have some very specific movies that we talk about a lot.
Yeah,
I guess that's a good thing that they're on all these crossover lists. But yeah, like you look at Galaxy Quest, Field of Dreams, Shawshank. Um,
man, you're like
those are,
making my list of the best movies ever.
right.
Which I think Field of Dreams has taken that spot for me.
A Few Good Men. Yeah, they're on all of our lists, like constantly.
Yeah,
Die Hard.
we should just do a watch party of that movie.
Which one?
Field of Dream, any of them.
Oh,
Galaxy Quest, Drop Dead Gorgeous.
there you go.
Boy, boys, it's nicer than a whore's ass out here, ain't it? Sorry, Mom.
Yeah. So I was just gonna apologize. I was gonna do that. You beat me to it.
He's like, unfriend Steve.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Jim said it. I can't.
Okay, oh, they said it again. Jim said it again.
Yeah. Nice. All right. So that was our top 10 comedy movies for this time of doing the list. I honestly don't think we have. I know we've done sitcoms. I know we've done. I don't know what other categories a lot of these would be in. But I know there's some that
I will. I will flip through here and just see what I can come up
Okay.
with.
So
I'm
we're
with you.
gonna do a.
I don't know if they're
Are we looking at a
necessary.
show next week after Christmas? 'Cause I think my son said he will be. He's actually out of town again this week. He travels a lot for work, but he said next week probably, unless you want to wait 2 weeks until after New Year's. I don't know what you guys have going on next week after Christmas. So
Yeah, I'm not sure.
okay, we won't plan much now. Not that we ever do. I think I messaged you this morning. Was like, "What are we doing?" Or was that yesterday?
Yeah, I can remember the topic, which
Yeah.
shows when we get to the list. But,
Yeah.
oh well.
Yeah, every once in a while we have a list that we are really invested in, and I think once we got to the top 3 or 4 here, we were more invested than the
Yeah.
bottom.
So,
Like, I found this a lot more difficult because, like I said, comedy changes more than anything else. I think there's very few that actually still hold up.
yeah, I want to give a shout out to Tara. That was a fun episode.
Very fun.
That's already led me to me and my wife are going to read Kindred. We've already ordered the book, and then once we read the book, we'll probably watch the show just to see how that goes. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was a topic I wasn't sure how it would go, and having her on was actually really nice. I mean, it was a
Yeah,
fun.
it was fun to do something outside of TV and movies, even though it was loosely related, but it was more based on the books than the movies themselves.
Mhm. Yeah, it was nice.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
So
That's why
great.
I'm looking forward to. That's why I'm also looking forward to doing the show once we get into the figures and the Warhammer thing. It's just not fair, not fair at all. So yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at. But I think that's going to do it for us for tonight. Unless you have anything else, Jim.
I do not. I'm going to go drink
all right.
some eggnog.
There you go. So for now, we will say Merry Christmas to everybody out there.
Yes. Have a Merry Christmas.
You enjoy your Christmas. Jim's mom. Hope you guys
Don't
have a
enjoy
good time
Jim's
with all the
mom.
family. And yeah, it's been fun. It's been a good year.
It's been a really good year. Yeah.
It has, other than being sick all the time, right?
Well, that happens.
Yeah, especially when you have kids.
Yep.
You can't avoid it. So, anyway. All right. Thanks for joining us. We are Midlife Vices, the Booster Gold of YouTube shows, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks so much. Take care.